And welcome back to my mobility scooters and adventures. And in this series, we're going to explore the parks in Mansfield to find out how accessible they are and what's on offer. And today I start off at Carr Back Memorial Park in Mansfield. There we go through the main gates, and as you can see, there's plenty of shade. The path is wide enough for both wheelchairs, mobility scooters, pushchairs and prams. There is a children's play area on the park and a bandstand which is used on special occasions. But unfortunately, there are no public conveniences. There used to be prior to the 80s, but most of those were closed mid 80s for certain reasons in most parks around Mansfield. And as you can see, there are plenty of seats for rest opportunities. So if you look to our right, we're going to see an Edwardian styled bandstand, which was commissioned by Mansfield District Council in the early 2000s at a cost of £98,000. The original bandstand to the park, which opened in 1924, was allegedly destroyed by a fire, which was allegedly arson in the 80s. That was further down in the corner of the park and was fully enclosed. I can remember in the 80s hearing the bands practice inside the bandstand. But like I say, unfortunately, we did lose the original bandstand. So there we go, we've got some crossroads here, and we're going to turn to our left, going towards the park keepers pavilion, and there is the games court just there to our left, available here on Carr Back and Titchfield Park. And it's a French game, but I just can't pronounce it as well. But basically, you throw a little ball and then try and get the larger balls as close as you can to it. And there we go, we see the park pavilion's little cottage. Apologies there about the camera not focusing. Is well. So there we go, that is the cottage. And we're going to turn around here and we're going to head up towards the war memorials on the park. There are several ones which we'll look at today. And here on our right is the children's play area. Just there. Obviously, I'm not going to focus on it with children playing for privacy reasons. And we're going to go up and look on our left where there are some tennis courts which can be booked by contacting the park. And there it is. Take a look at it. But if you look on the gate, you just can't turn up because there is a coded lock. There it is, where the arrow is. So you just can't turn up and play without the code to the gate. And there we go, I'll just back up. And now we're heading towards the memorials and the top entrance to the park. And here is the first memorial on my right. And this is the first of about 4 we'll look at today. So there we go. And if you want to read what it says, I'll let you stop and focus on the words. A bit disappointing how it has not been kept clean, being as it's for the brave men and women of the Mansfield area that gave their lives in numerous wars for our freedom. Is well, here we go. And that is all the information on the memorial, but like I say, you can stop and read it at your leisure. So now we've got to go to our left and have a look what the top entrance looks like. But as you can see right down there, there is a wedding in the old house. So yeah, if you want to have your wedding here at Carr Back Park, feel free to contact the hotel and they will tell you all about it. Is well, I have seen photos of wedding days taken in the bandstand, in the grass area, and at various locations in the park. In the early autumn, there is a light festival here where you can come and explore the grounds in the early evening, and a variety of lights. You can discover the park in an entirely new perspective. So I'm just turning around, and this is the top entrance where you would go down and past this to get to the Brunt School. And at the top here, there is the Robin Hood Line Bridge. And again, I'll drop an arrow in to show you where the Robin Hood Line is in relation to the park. And there it is. That little bridge there is the railway line. And straight down there is the top car park to the hotel. And continue down is one of the entrances to the Brunt School. As you can see, this entrance is also very wide and very easy access to people in wheelchairs, mobility scooters and large pushchairs. There's a car park a bit further down the road, but that is supposed to be for the hotel. So that is something you will have to check out if you can park. There is a wedding on today at the house. Like I say, you can book weddings there by calling the venue. And just down this road is the War Memorial.
They shall grow, not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
And we continue on around the park to one of the park's newest war memorials. And yeah, I quite like it, a very modern touch on a war memorial. So we continue around the top end of the park at this time, and there's a little hidden garden that, if you didn't notice there, you may quite easily go past. We just need to take a little left turn here to this slightly higher garden, and it has a secret hidden tunnel in the top left corner. Let's see if we can find it. So we got this garden here that is looking like it needs a little bit of TLC as well, and a bit of weeding around the paths may be needed. So there it is, just to our left now, and it is closed off. Apologies with the sun glare, it was a hot sunny day. I think it was the hottest day this year. Well, so when you come here, have a look, see if the gate's open and see where it goes. So let's continue down this path. Straight forward, if we could go in a straight line, we would hit the Brunt School, or Samuel Barlow Brunts, as it used to be called. Unfortunately, I can't get up those steps due to disability, and I couldn't find any other path up on the mobility scooter. There we go. Got some horses and ponies in the corner there, and they're in a field next to the bottom entrance to the Brunt School.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
No, you finished doing your video
yeah.
first.
I can edit it out. There we go. Just edited a bit out when talking to members of the public. And there we go. We have completed this part of the adventure. So let's go and have a look down the bottom part of Carr Back Memorial Park. I am on a road going scooter to give you an idea of the size of it, and all scooters should fit round the park extremely easy with the larger scooters I'm aware of. And as you can see, even this path up to the top end of the park is very wide and very accessible. And some more memorial benches in the park. And what's this we're coming across here on the left? Some kind of modern artwork. There it is. Looks extremely interesting. Not sure what it depicts, as there was no information on site or what I could find online. Even looking for the old bandstand, I wasn't able to find any information about it. But saying that, cameras weren't as widely available when that was there and erected. So there is the Newman War Memorial, which we're heading to a little later on in this video. So now we're going to head towards the new modern Edwardian bandstand. I do believe there is a church service that takes place on the park on a Sunday morning as well, but do check it is still the case when you view the video. So there it is. This is believed to be taken just after the Second World War in how it looks, and there is the park in the winter time. So let's take a spin around the bandstand. As you can see, plenty of seats around the bandstand for when there's concerts in the park. Prior or pre-COVID, should I say, There used to be summer in the parks, and in the summer there used to be bands booked for the main parks around Mansfield, including Carr Back and Titchfield Park, were the main attractions to have bands. So let's look at the Edwardian style bandstand, and we come down to this new war memorial. This is for all wars after the Second World War and was opened in 2011. So not that old really, this new memorial is. And it's for wars like Afghanistan, Iraq, Falklands, Korea. So all the wars after the Second World War are depicted on this war memorial, which was paid for by the people of Mansfield, donating to a charitable cause. And it's in a very picturesque place, a nice, peaceful, calm place where family members can come and visit their loved ones. And the teardrop design is quite good. To take 3 teardrops. So let's have a moment of silence. As you can see, the teardrop design of the memorial is a very special place where the families can come to be with their loved ones. This memorial was paid for by the people of Mansfield via donations.
They shall grow, not old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them.
as we leave the war memorial and venture on to another memorial on the other side of the park. I must say that this is one of the more interesting war memorials around Mansfield, with a very modern, innovative design of 3 teardrops representing the 3 services: the senior, the Royal Navy, the Army, and the junior, the Royal Air Force. As we now move on through the park to find our way to the last memorial on today's journey through Carr Back Memorial Park. To our left stood the once mighty mecha box industry that gave employment to Mansfield and served the county and the country in the war effort by making armaments for the services, along with Plesley Mills that also served and provided items for the 3 services. My aunt was one of them at Plesley Mill that made items for the army, whilst another aunt travelled from Derbyshire to Nottingham every morning to make radios for the bombers and handheld radios for the army. She wouldn't say much of what she exactly did. I only know that she made radios for bombers and the army. But to our left, as you can see that little ridge in the ground, that is once where the female toilets were. And just here, when I was a child, this is where the playground used to be. And just about there, the toilets were where the camera was. And as I said earlier, it was strange that you had to go semi-underground to get to these toilets from the main road. And male toilets were on the top side of the park, and females were on the lower side of the park. And as far as I can remember, they still had the Victorian design. The toilets on Sutton Lawn were interesting, as you sat on the floor, not a toilet basin. As well, so yeah, we're going to go across, there's the gate, and we're going to have a look at the roof of the male toilets. If you didn't know where to look, you wouldn't know. And there it is. You can see where that shrubbery is, just to the left. There we go, in the centre of the picture now. That is part of the old male toilets. There are the new buildings that was on the former Mecca Box site. And here is our last memorial, built in 1937. Looks like a drinking well. Hence the name Carr Back Memorial Park. And as we go back down towards the Teardrop Memorial, where I will finish today's adventure around Carr Back Memorial Park. been a focal place for the people of Mansfield for many years and will continue to will be. In the autumn months, there's a light show you can book to have a look around. I do believe there's a small fee to enter the park when the light shows are on, as there is at Rufford Park for their Aurora Light Festival. And we're just going to go turn left and finish up at the memorial as a sign of respect for Mansfield's fallen. And there we go, the 3 teardrops of Carr Back Memorial Park. There ends our look around Carr Back Memorial Park in Mansfield. Today's episode was filmed on the iPhone 14 Pro Max and a GoPro. Voiceover in post-production was via the DLC. Curator, post-production and editing was by Final Cut Pro via Apple. This episode was filmed on location at Carr Back Memorial Park in Mansfield. Until the next one, have a fantastic week, and next episode planned is Churchfield Park.
Exploring the local area, looking at living aids, proving that disability is not the end of things. It's My Mobility Scooter Adventures.